Welcome, foolish mortals. I am your host, your ghost host,
Bruce, aka Haunted Husband, and welcome to Until the End. Now, if this is your first time or your 100th time on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. By subscribing, you'll be notified when my videos go live daily. I cover live indie games, indie demos, and great content like this from indie developers. So if you're all things indie, you found your haunt.
We have 999 happy haunts here.
But there's always room for one more, so subscribe today. This is not the first time I've covered Until the End. This way. If you look in the top corner up there, you'll find a link to the when I played the demo a few months back. At this time, I'd like to thank publisher-developer Red Sorrel Games for hooking me up with a copy of the game. Thank you so much. I've been following this project for some time. I've been giving them feedback. I've been in constant communication about it. I've been very excited for this project, and I'm super excited to showcase it to you, my audience. Once again, let's go over the description of the game. And Until the End, you play as Zoe, a young nurse who has just graduated at the Montahune Institute. You will help her make the best decisions for the well-being of her patients in a palliative care unit. Montahune is French for mountain. So I was going to be saying mountain from now on instead of the French word because my French pronunciations are terrible. I gotta watch my cursing. YouTube's new policy is really going to get me in trouble as far as monetization goes. It just came out today, September 1st, in which you'll be seeing this the day after. Due to scheduling conflicts and prior commitments, I couldn't get it on the day of, which I apologize, but the next day is just as good. There's no reviews on it yet, but I guarantee it's going to be positive across the board. This is a visual novel, Choices Matter, Medical Sim 2D. And you can pick this up for $5 USD. If you go to the description below, you'll find a link to the Steam page where you can pick that up. And if you're like, hey Bruce, and I'd be like, what can I do for you? Like, I don't got $5 at the moment. Hey, I completely understand if you don't have $5, that's cool. Wishlist it. If this is your type of jam, wishlist it. By wishlisting it, you'll be notified it goes on sale in the future. And just a reminder, Steam's Next Fest and Steam's Fall Sale is right on the corner, so who knows? Well, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. I'm excited. Give me full screen, please. Controls, text log, confirm, hide text. But I'm going to have to move my camera again. I'm not too sure where the best place for me is. Any resemblance to real and actual names is purely coincidental. Yeah, I'm going to have to move myself already. Let's go over here. Let's chill over here for a second. This is Tuto. Welcome Until the End. I am Tuto the robot. My career wants me to keep you company at the beginning of this adventure. I'll try to be as non-intrusive as possible, I promise. Until the End is a game where you have to make choices. These choices will affect your relationship with the protagonist as well as the course of events, so pay attention to them. Good luck. And in myself is going to try to be as less intrusive as possible with my big old head. Hopefully my head won't cover up too much text. We'll have to think about filling the refrigerator. We don't have much left to eat. A girl after my own heart. I'll go tomorrow morning. Is there anything in particular you'd like? Cheese? A piece of meat, maybe? Someone tells me she's into health, so I'm going to go with something healthy. I don't want to be sick on my first day. I want something light. Remember to treat yourself once in a while to keep you going. What about you? How's your project going? It could be faster. Hey, we've all been there. I was not spending so much time playing. You should get your act together. TV. Newsflash. Newsflash. We just learned that the former minister has been hospitalized. Mr. Lorenus has been transferred to the Mountain Institute in a palliative care unit. His family and friends do not wish to comment on the news. Is it where... Hey, that's where I'm going tomorrow. Unbelievable. Your first day's probably going to be a bit of a hoot. As if I need that. A good reason to go to bed early. You're going to have to be on your toes tomorrow. I'm far too anxious to sleep. I'll be tossing and turning in bed for hours before I can close an eye. I promise you it'll be fine. You need to rest. I don't know what happened. There we go. Real life starts now. The service is a whole world. We live in a time where death is being postponed again and again. Care techniques, medication, surgery, and even technology. But palliative care is so different. Hey, I'm trying to get some sleep here in case you haven't noticed. Let me brood in peace. You're the one who forced me to go to bed. Do we have a short memory on this side of the bed? That's a pretty good comeback. Ah, brilliant. Sweating. So where was I? Oh yes. Palliative care. Why is my phone going crazy? It's like 14 text messages. I don't care about any of that. Today's the big day. Taking vitals, supervising the team of healthcare assistants, make sure the patients are not in pain. Being pleasant with the families, not forgetting the prescriptions, and not letting myself be overwhelmed by emotions. I'm never going to be able to do this. That's how I feel. Just playing this, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to do this. Because there's so much you have to keep up with as a nurse. But we're in it together, Zoe. Let's do it. I'm so anxious. The weather is awful. What's with the wind today? My hair. There are really not many people at this hour. It's almost pleasant. No one to bother me. Rocked by the subway. I can almost fall asleep. I don't know about that. I've never ever been there. The wind has calmed down. That's always a plus. There are already journalists at this hour. They're coming towards me. Hello, ma'am. Tell me, do you work here? Well, yeah, sort of. This is my first day. What's that? Is that a bird? Do you have a few minutes to answer my questions? No. Not really. And might I say, while we're at it, you're not supposed to be here. This is a hospital, not a press conference. But, let us work. We have more important things to do than answer your questions. Oh, yeah. Zoe dropping the elbow truth. I'm finally here. Yes? Oh, good morning. I'm Zoe. Nice to meet you. Hello. Likewise. I'm your healthcare manager, Elizabeth Lebarth. I see you're ready, so I'll introduce you to the team. Do you have any questions before we go? No, I know the department. I did a palliative care internship during my training. Of course, it wasn't at the Mountain Institute, but I suppose the gist of it remains the same. Patient comfort above all else, always and in all circumstances. For your first day, I've teamed you up with a senior nurse. Don't hesitate to ask her if you have any doubts. I won't hesitate. Assimilate quickly. Like everywhere else, there's a lack of qualified personnel. I pray that tomorrow you'll be all alone on your post. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget doctor-patient confidentiality. While there's reporters around, be careful. Nothing can get out there. I'll be careful. Day 1, 7:30 in the morning. We've already told some people off. We rode the subway. No one tried to hassle us. I'm in the right mindset. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. I'm here to introduce you to your new colleague, Zoe. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm a healthcare assistant. I'm Maria. I'm a healthcare assistant too. Hello, Zoe. My name is Alex, and I'm a nurse. Is it Alex or Alix? As you may have noticed, healthcare assistants wear green coats, nurses wear white. Keep this in mind, especially if you have to give someone instructions. Assistants in green, nurses in white. That should be easy to keep straight, as long as you're throwing more colors at me. Nurses and healthcare assistants have different responsibilities. Duly noted. I'm the one accompanying you today, Zoe. I've been working here for a little over 2 years. If you need help, I'll be here. Thanks, I'm sure we'll get along fine. Can we talk about this right here in the background? We are going to prepare our equipment right away. Follow me. Alright, I wish you all a good day. I'll be in my office if you need me. This is where you'll find most of the necessary equipment, as well as medications. Guys interested in their charts. The healthcare assistants don't have a key to the nurse's office, remember that. There are a lot of controlled products in here, painkillers and sedatives for example. How many patients do you have on the ward? We have 6 patients when we were full, which is most of the time. There are very few palliative care services, so when someone dies, they're quickly replaced. Damn, that's... It's not much. It's a far cry from the 15 or 20 patients I had during my internships in more traditional departments. You will quickly understand that everything here is different from what you have seen in other hot departments. We welcome a public whose disease is incurable. They are not here to be saved. They are here to live. They're here to leave serenely, without pain or anxiety. It's kind of a smaller scale retirement home, isn't it? Unfortunately, there's no age to get cancer. Damn. Damn, Alex. Hit me right in the feels already. Last week we had a young man under the age of 30 on the ward. So yes, you'll be dealing with mostly the older people, but 50-year-olds are not uncommon either. Just have to get mentally set. Like, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get into today, or how depressing or how real it's going to get in the video today, but you just have to be prepared mentally for what you're going to experience. Even though it's death in a game and the characters aren't real, you do become immersed in the situation and kind of put yourself in the character and the place. So I mean, it's easy to get swept up. So let's just try to do it. So my head is blocking some text. I apologize, but I'm going to read everything as much as possible. It must be complicated to manage, especially with families. That's at the heart of what we do in this department. You're going to be dealing with anger, sadness, and even denial. Denial? Some children find it hard to see their parents leave. Until the end, some keep hoping for a miracle. There are also advanced care directives, which you can find on the patient's chart. Advanced care directives? This is an extremely important point. If a patient doesn't want to be resuscitated, it's there. If they want continuous deep sedation, it's there. Take notes if you need to, but don't forget this information. The priority is to consult the advanced care directive noted. I insist be very careful with this. You can lose your right to practice. The court can also take over the case. All in all, it can go very far. So I told you, we're not here to heal them, but to accompany them. We have to respect their decisions and make their last moments peaceful. I get it. It's quite a responsibility. What's the program today? We have day shifts today. You'll also be doing night shifts. We'll go around all 6 rooms to see how our patients are doing. Depending on their needs, we'll adjust. There's not a lot of medication to give right now. Don't we take their glycemic index? Their vitals? That's a habit you'll break here. We don't bother patients with invasive care unless the doctor says so. Can I help you? Yes, you can. Grab the bandages right behind you. I've got to grab my water before I started. We'll start with Mr. Fasto. He is at the end of his life. Isn't that the case for every patient here? The real end of his life. Hello, Mr. Fasto. How are you today? I'm with Zoe. She's a new nurse. She is nice, you will see. What are you waiting for? Introduce yourself. Good morning, Mr. Fasto. I hope you had a good night. I'm Zoe. I hope you will get along well. We've come to redo your bandage. Zoe, take the opportunity to look at the form. Hey, it's Tudo. It's me again. The patient chart is an indispensable tool. Don't hesitate to take notes. You won't always have the opportunity to consult it before making a decision. First, you will find the basic information about the patient, their full name, height, and weight. Man, should I be taking notes? Do I have something to take notes with is the question. Jeez. Is there a blank piece of paper in this freaking binder? Have I written on all of it? Alright, let's just get the basics. He's A+ blood. He's 5'9". He's 150. He has a DNR. No cortisone. No chemo. Way too much stuff on my desk. You may also notice the presence of their blood type. This comes in his main pathology as recent presence in the department. Here also our patient has pleural cancer. Probably should have wrote that down just in case. He has no family. Which is freaking sad, but okay. The information below is also very important. As part of the form, you should focus your attention. You can see, for example, Mr. Astor does not want to be resuscitated, which is the DNR. The lowest area is primarily intended to inform you of the patient's progress in relationship with Zoe. It's an indicator of the progress of her story, and your actions will influence it. Summary awaits you at the end of the day. Empty emotional state, no trust in Zoe. He has a half a heart left. Okay, Mr. Fasto, we have your information. Is that okay with you? Yes, everything's clear. Alright. Give me a hand with finishing the dressings and we'll move on to the next room. Tell me, Alex. Mr. Fasto is unconscious. Yet you were talking to him as if you were here with us. I think it's essential. He might not be able to answer us, but I think he hears us. It's important to always announce what you're going to do. I agree. It's going to become a habit. Good morning, Miss Bodlinik. Mrs. B. Did you sleep well? She's like, nah. Hello, madam. I'm Zoe, your new nurse. I don't give a damn. How are you feeling today? Not too much coughing last night. I'll take your oxygen saturation. 90 is fine. Isn't it usually between 95 and 100? Mrs. B has COPD. Didn't you check her chart? I'll take a look right now. So we got Mrs. B. She's O positive, even though she seems very negative. She's 5'3". Bucko 6. She has COPD. She wants to be resuscitated. She's on divorced, 4 kids. I mean, I forgot to get how old Mr. F was. Your daughter's coming by today. She should be here in the early afternoon. Okay. My legs are on fire. Increase the morphine dose. I'm going to take a look at this. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So will you stay with the lady during the time? No problem. I can't wait to get out of here. I'm bored to death. I have nothing to do. When will the doctor release me? Here we go. You won't be released, Mrs. B. I'm sure it will be soon. I'm not familiar with your file. The last one's a lie. I mean, what is happening to you is not to be taken lightly, madam. When you breathe, your body has a hard time getting what it needs. Your lungs are weak and they won't get better. You know nothing. I don't know why I'm asking a nurse. You're not a doctor. It is true, I am not a doctor. You can ask him when he comes to see you later. I've already asked him, but I don't get it. He uses different words. I guess he does it on purpose. I don't think he does it on purpose. He probably has a lot of work to do, and he has trouble taking the time to explain things properly. We will do everything we can to make you understand what's going on in your body. Alex was talking about your daughter earlier. Do you have many visits? Nah, I don't see many people. My kids have better things to do than visit me with their sick old mother. Don't say that. I'm sure they think of you often. What do you know about it? Get off my back. I'm allowed to increase the dose. Do not move. I'll do it right away. Okay. There, you should be relieved soon. Anything else, just call us. See you later, Mrs. B. Yeah, see you later. Did everything go well while I was away? You could say that. She's got quite the temper. Let's take 5 in the break room. I got 5 on it. I had to come back to what happened in Mrs. B's room. Yes? When I took her oxygen saturation, you asked me if the standard was not... When I took her oxygen saturation, you asked me if the standard was not rather between... You asked me if the standard was not rather between 95 and 100. I do remember that. Don't do that anymore. Not in front of the patients. She could have become more anxious. I'm sorry. I know that is not the correct behavior. I got carried away. You're not an intern anymore. You've graduated now. So sure, you're still learning and it's great to ask questions, but not in front of the patients. It won't happen again. You know what, Alex? It's not a big deal, but you're acting like it's a freaking capital offense. But I think it's important to talk about. Otherwise, anything special when I was away? She wanted to know when she could be released. And what did you say? I told her she probably wasn't getting out. Her lungs are not in good shape. Oxygen saturation's not great, and she'll be on oxygen soon if she doesn't get better. Oh, a brave one. That's the way of looking at it that I like. Dodge to the question is also a solution. I think these people have the right to know. That's likely what I think, and I don't want to give them false hope. I agree, I feel like we're going to get along great. Anyway, you must have seen that we admitted the former minister. I saw that last night. Mr. Loris, is it? You should know that the Mountain Dew student is financed by both public and private funds. It's neither a hospital nor a clinic. The hospital receives an annual envelope from the government, while the clinic is private and receives payments according to its activities. Is that right? Exactly. So understand that we have something. So understand that we have a somewhat unique structure here. I'm not going to complain about it personally, but the building is well maintained and there's no shortage of materials, and the salaries are generous. Okay, I'm having trouble seeing what you're getting at. As one of the people behind the project, we treat our patients well. All of them, I just ask you to be even more careful with them. Alright, I'll do whatever it takes. Let's go find some more patients. Good morning, Mr. L. Good morning, Mr. L. Alright, let's look at Mr. L. All we know is he has cancer. He's 68. He's A negative. 5'11". 172. He's the heaviest patient so far. And we know nothing else. We don't know if he has a DNR, he's on any particular medications. His health condition is 4 out of 5. His emotional state's 5 out of 5. So, sorry, my wife's texting me something important real quick. Let me just, do my due diligence and send her an emoji. I have like 41 text messages right now on my phone. It's bizarre. I apologize. Good morning, young ladies. Did your first night go well? Absolutely. Thank you very much. My name is Zoe. I'm your new nurse. Today is my first day. Oh, I'm sure you will like it here. I hope so. Don't worry, I will personally see to it. Thank you. Would you like us to clear your lunch tray? No, leave it there. I'm not finished. What's on the agenda for the day? You have a scanner scheduled for the mid-afternoon and many visitors throughout the day. There's a lot of paperwork in your room. You should rest. You are doing too much. Zoe! Let it slide, Alex. This young lady is right. Cancel my visits. I'll take some time for myself. Very well, Mr. L. I'll get right on it. Zoe, you look very young. I don't like the way this is going. Is this your first job? Yes, I just graduated. Why palliative care? It's not a trivial choice. Most young nurses first work in the emergency department for adrenaline or do 2 more years to specialize in pediatrics. What motivates you? You know what? I'm a very respectful person. I had an opportunity to do an internship in palliative care during my training. I liked accompanying the patients until the end. It's a special service. I liked it a lot. I understand. You're probably going to have a tough time here. Even though you are young, you will have to be strong. You can count on me. I have no doubt about it. Mr. L, with your permission, we are going to see our other patients now. Of course, of course. I will see you later. Good luck, young ladies. I told him to take it easy. Why are you yelling at me? He's weird. You're weird. Maybe I am. Hey, it's Maria. Yes? We need help. Can you come? Coming. I'll let you do the next room. I'll be right back. But... Good morning, madam. Oh, my sweet Juliet. I'm so happy to see you. Madam? I'm Zoe, your new nurse. So how is school going? Are you doing well? I better look at her file. Someone tells me she has dementia. She has brain tumors. This is Mrs. R. She's A negative as well. She's 5'6". She's 128 pounds. She's 78. She's our oldest patient so far. She has brain tumors. She has a DNR. She suffers from dementia. I call that right out the gate. She has a large family. Not too sure why that's important, but we'll probably figure that out. Trust in Zoe is off the charts because she thinks we're one of her daughters. Her emotional state's not so good. Her health condition is waning. Now I understand it better. Juliet, how are your parents? I mean, I don't know what the right choice is here. Do you go along with it? Or do you try to correct her? We'll go along with it. Dad is working a lot, but he's good. For Mom, too, things are going well. Oh, good for you, Pumpkin. Health is important. Look at your old grandma. She's tired. I'm so tired. We will take care of you. You just rest. Oh, thank you, my little Juliet, for taking care of your grandma. How nice you are. How beautiful you are. I will leave. If you need anything, call me. Are you leaving already, Juliet? Please stay with me. I will come by later. No, Juliet. Please stay a little longer. Don't leave me alone. All right, then. I will stay with you for a little bit while. And this is where we get yelled at by Alex. Where should I go now? Welcome to the corridors of the Mountain Institute. Here you can choose which room you'd like to visit. It's also possible to converse with staff of the establishment. Just click on the room or the person you want to interact with. So I don't know whose rooms these are. What is that? Is that a person? Oh yeah. Here's the coat. That's the back of the coat. I thought that was just a head on a stick. If you're looking for Alex, she's with Mr. F's room. Thanks. How's your first day going? I'm having a little bit of trouble finding my feet, but it could be worse. Take heart. I'm sure you'll like it here. So let's go catch up with Alex. I've called her like 4 different things now. Did everything go well, Mrs. R? Yes, I'll go back and see her later. She's a little lonely. I need to finish my rounds. Will you stay with Mr. F's bedside? Of course. He's living his last moments. Let's not leave him alone. Okay. I understand. You can leave if you're tired. There's nothing keeping you here. You are not alone. I'm saying until the end. Do not be afraid. Thank you. Did he thank her? This is Mrs. B. Time went by quickly. It was already 5 p.m. when Alex joined me in Mr. F's room. It was bound to happen someday. I know, but I didn't expect it to happen on my first day. It must have been less than an hour since Mr. F came into my life, and I, a complete stranger, was one of the was going to accompany to the end. It's strange. It's not normal. Where was his family? There are people who end up alone, and anything could happen to him in his life to get him there. It's a privilege to die surrounded by people you love. When did you get into philosophy? Anyway, it's not fair. That's the way it is. And what about your colleagues? Did it go well? You can say that. I made a few mistakes, but I'll be fine tomorrow. I was so stressed. But aren't you alone tomorrow? I'd forgotten this detail. There are patients I still haven't met. Without Alex, it's going to be difficult. With the departure of Mr. F, you still have one less room to manage. It's too soon for that kind of joke. Ha. I'm sorry. I have faith in you. You'll do great. I'm going to do great. If there isn't already a new patient, I will have 5 patients tomorrow. I didn't meet Mrs. G. Mr. F should not be a problem for me. His health is stable. He's in high spirits. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Mrs. R needs a lot more time dedicated to her. If only her granddaughter would come see her. Finally, I'm not mistaken. I'd have 2 more patients to see. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Damn brain. I need to get something to keep me busy in the subway. I wonder if I have the same health team. I wonder if I will have the same team of healthcare assistants as yesterday. It would make my life a lot easier not having to work with new people right away. Still very few people. Let's take advantage of the trip and do something productive. The Divine Comedy. A little reading won't hurt us. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our end of our look for Until the End. I was not expecting that the first day. I was not expecting to lose a patient so soon. And I had to choke back the emotions. So, just be warned. Just be warned. If you're an emotional person, this game might get to you, so just be careful about that. Once again, thank you so much to Red Sorrel Games for providing me with the code. Check out the link in the description below to the Steam page. Pick it up for $5 USD. Support this developer. If you can't do that right now, definitely make sure you wishlist the game to be notified. Should go sell in the future. If you enjoyed the video, I ask you to like, comment, subscribe as always. By watching and liking the video, you tell YouTube that you should show it to more people. They show it to more people, so forth and so on. That's how you beat the YouTube algorithm. That's how that helps me out. I should be back at it again tomorrow with more indie games, indie demos, great content like this from indie developers. Until then, my caring people, just like Mr. F, I'll haunt you later.